Hey love, thanks for checking out my video here on my channel on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that if you want to be getting notifications for when videos come up, which is usually on a weekly, sometimes bi-weekly basis. So today we're going to be talking about boundaries. This is a really popular topic in the world of empaths and sensitives. And also, I think many of us, whether you're an empath or sensitive, many of us are learning how to be able to have healthy boundaries, not only with ourselves, most importantly, it begins with ourselves, but then also with other people. So I think boundary work is actually one of the most respectful, self-loving thing you can do for yourself and also with others, because when we have really great boundaries, it's a beautiful form of self-love and authenticity. So, in case we don't know each other yet, and thank you for checking out my YouTube channel here. My name is Michelle, and I work as the Soul Translator. You can find me at thesoultranslator.com and also at the Empowered Empath Soul Camp. I also have a shall we say soul school that is going to be coming out soon, that's going to have a lot of different courses. Some will be do-it-yourself, and some will be also ones that we were going to be doing together. So look for that as well. I'll post it when things are all ready to go. All right, so boundaries. Now, for those of you who know me, you know I love to work with words and check out what they mean and look at the vibration and frequency of them. And today the word boundary is a very funny mix, and no wonder some of us feel a little bit conflicted, shall we say, about them. All right, so let's begin with the word itself. Bound comes from bind, and I won't bother with all of the old Germanic and French and Latin origins of the word in this video. But the energetic version of it is to bind, to fasten. It also means to bind could be contractual, to be under obligation. So no wonder some of us have worries with boundaries, because we feel, even when I hear the word bind, I feel a little bit trapped. And there can be that just natural kind of energetic, emotional resistance, like, oh no, if I have a boundary, I've got to commit to it, or I'm going to be stuck or trapped within it. I'm going to be binded or bound to some sort of obligation. And that can feel really intense for a lot of us. The other part of the word, if you look at just the simple part, B-O-U-N-D, to bound, also means I will give the version of it, the older definition, or the way the word would spell was buer, which was B-H-U-E-U. This word actually goes back to being, to existing, to growing. When you think of taking things at leaps and bounds and boundary have the same thing. So the bound itself, the word also has this boundlessness, this no restrictions, no limitations, totally open for business. I am going to be completely boundless, have no limitations, no boundaries, and the sky's the limit. To bound is this feeling of really being super risky and stepping out and going for it. So the word itself has got this really weird mix of contraction and total expansion. No wonder most of us are like, God, how do I do this boundary stuff? So as you may know by now, doing the work that I do with energy and empaths and sensitives and soul connection, we're going to bring things back to some practical uses of how to be aware of energy within yourself and also around you. And I've got a fun little 5-word acronym that uses the first 5 letters of boundary to be able to kind of have a little internal mental checklist when you feel like a boundary needs to be in place and you got to check into that, or when you feel like boundaries have been broken and you're in that limitless, like anything goes place, which is really great when it's coming from inspiration, and really not great when it's coming from overwhelm and just that kind of everything's piling up on top of you because there's no limits, there's no boundary, and it's all just pouring in and you're feeling like, holy crap, I'm being lost and drowned in all of this energy or emotion or decisions or just taking things on. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first B is for your body, not your brain. I don't know about you, but I can, when I'm sabotaging myself and when I'm getting into perfectionistic or overthinking things, my brain, as beautiful a organ and center, a hub that it is. And I'm so grateful for it because right now it's doing a trillion things that are allowing me to even do this video, to talk, to put these thoughts together. So I'm very grateful for your brain. And also, the brain is not the one that's going to usually figure out what's truly right for us in the moment because it's a little biased. So when I say body, not brain, what I'm supporting you in here is to go into your body and to check yourself, to get into your energy within your body and say, okay, how am I feeling right now? That's the first place to look. Name your emotion, name the sensations. More importantly, actually, usually than the emotion, because the emotion can have a lot of story or expectation around it, where maybe your sensation in your body is a feeling of your breath got stuck and something is not feeling safe, or you're beginning to feel a little obligated, that bound feeling is coming in. Or maybe your response is, ooh, something's feeling really like, wow, it's opening me up and bringing great joy. So tuning in first into your body and just asking your brain to kind of, go to the back seat for a while. So tuning in with yourself and just check in that, do I feel physically, energetically, like this is a moment where there needs to be a boundary. The second one then is the O, which means observe. This is observing the changes or any sort of state of change in your energy or the energy around you. So first is the body, as I said with the B, then going into that O, which is observing what's going around you and within you. So with this observe, you are bringing in the witness and you're taking yourself kind of, even if you want to see from an eagle view, what is going on? You just look down and you say like, wow, she's feeling really threatened right now. Wow, she's really leaking her energy all over the place and trying to take care of everybody else. Wow, she's starting to feel super resentful because nobody is listening to what she was wanting to say. So being able to have that observation of yourself kind of pulling out and looking down is a great way to be able to see, okay, where am I needing to put a boundary here? And also observing the energy state around you. If you feel a sudden shift of something, you need to check in and observe and say, does this energy feel like it's coming from me? Or am I noticing that this person over here intuitively in my body is just, kind of doing something funky over there with their energy, and that's changing the environment around me. And as a sensitive or an empath, I'm feeling that, and it's affecting my emotional and energetic system. So maybe it's not me, maybe it's them, and you can simply use the power of your own objective observation to be able to see and sense what's going on. So that next one for the U is the idea of things being, is the energy feeling unsettled here? Now, energy is usually in a state of flux at all times. So on a certain level, energy is always unsettled because it's always moving. But as empaths and sensitives, we are more sensitive to that sense of things being unsettled. Now, there's a difference between the unsettled, that things are in a state of motion and flow, versus things are feeling prickly. The hair is going up on the back of your neck. You're feeling a strange sense of anxiety that wasn't there a moment ago, and you're just kind of going, wait a second, what just shifted? And maybe the unsettling is also a feeling like you need to do or say or change something to change and transmute the state of energy that you're feeling in that moment. So this unsettling can be as a, am I safe here? Do I need to have a boundary? And it also can be, wow, I need to have a boundary with myself and remove myself from the situation, or I need to speak up and say, excuse me, this is how I feel, and I need to express this and get that energy out of you so that you can go back to a place of harmony or like congruence that I had mentioned in another video. Getting into emotional and energetic integrity with yourself. Okay, the next one, the N. This is the no, not now, no thanks. So there are those times where it's like if you have an authentic no, it needs to be honored. And as empaths and sensitives, and a lot of people who have difficulties with boundaries, there is this kind of, we get into that boundlessness. And it's like, oh yeah, sure, say yes to this, say yes to that, and it can begin to seriously drain your own life chi, your life force. And so when you go into this place of, what's my authentic no, you make more space for your true authentic yes. And no is an essential part of having your boundaries. And that may often include yourself. So saying, no, I'm going to do something to shift out of this pattern that I have or this mindset that's making me feel like crap about myself. Maybe that's when you step in and do some EFT, which is a great pattern interrupter. I do a lot of it in my work and in my courses to be able to shift the energy and let things go and say no to the things that are not serving you. And then the last one is the D. This is your opportunity to be direct. Using your language in a way with yourself and with others that is definitive, direct, and also is divinely inspired. So saying things with love, for love, and having a willingness and courage to be direct with yourself and others, to have the boundaries that are necessary for you to take care of yourself and also to enhance your own energetic state. So there we go. Those are 5 ways, the B, the O, the U, the N, and the D, to work with boundaries. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do use these 5 acronyms anytime you need to get into doing some boundaries. Believe me, once you get into the rhythm of the checking yourself with the BOUND, it can be a very quick practice of awareness, of self-awareness that you can use that can then inform you to decide on something that's going to be more honoring and authentic for your energy, for yourself, for your soul, and that is always in turn then going to ripple out and put that energy and affect others around you with that same intention. So go ahead, and if you haven't yet, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel here, as well as check me out over at thesoultranslator.com and check out the Empowered Empath Soul Camp. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!